Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be making a video on Scream 6. And, in this video, everything I'm going to be talking about here is just going to be, all theories and stuff that have came out lately. And, you know, just rumors that have been going around. Um, that's basically what this video is going to be about. There really is no like official news for Scream 6. I mean, there hasn't been for like a long time now. But, I haven't had any, Scream 6, videos to make. So I'm just gonna like screw it. I was just like, let me just make a video on these theories going around lately. So, you know, a lot in this interview, Jenna Ortega, she was like in an interview promoting her Wednesday show that she's starring in, and what's it called? She was asked in that interview about the absence of Nev Campbell, which I'm not gonna get too into just because that I've already made like so many videos on that stuff, and I just don't really feel like getting too into that again. Um, but she did mention um, she was asked though briefly, um, like how will Scream 6 handle the absence of Nev Campbell, Sidney Prescott, in Scream 6, and Jenna Ortega said that she can't really speak on that, but however there is gonna be like like there's gonna be some type of references to Sidney, in Scream 6. Now, whatever that could mean, I mean, I don't know, but she said, there's going to be some type of references to Sydney in Scream 6. So, and you'll feel her presence there still. But she also said that, there's going to be so much blood and gore and so much action-packed scenes going on in this film that it's almost going to distract you from the absence of Sydney. And, all all this is a lot to unpack here, but basically, I've already made so many videos on this, the Nev Campbell stuff and the Sydney stuff, and I gave my, my opinions on that stuff. What I will say though is that because I've seen a few people on Twitter and just like on the internet in general, like take what Jenna Ortega said out of context, because like some people have tried to make it seem like Jenna Ortega is trying to like make it seem like Sydney is not a big she's not a big deal, or she's just like trying to make it seem like Sydney is just like she just doesn't matter, or like Scream is not about her or something. Like I've seen so many comments from fans on Twitter, just take Jenna Ortega's comments out of context and try to, make it into their own narrative. And it's just like, bro, it's just like, I don't understand, because like at the end of the day, that's not what Jenna Ortega was trying to say. Jenna Ortega wasn't trying to say, that Sydney is not an important character, or that blood and gore and action-packed scenes are all we need to just forget about Sydney. Like she's not trying to disrespect Nev Campbell or the Sydney character. That's not the point. She's just trying to say that there's going to be so much going on in this film that we're almost going to like not remember, as we're watching the movie. But she didn't mean that in a disrespectful way. And I see some fans on the internet just take that out of context, So I just think that that's just I kind of just wanted to, comment on that because I've seen that, lately on, just the internet, just fans, of course, always taking stuff into, into their own perspective just to fit their own narratives, that's just how it is on the internet. I mean, what do you expect? But yeah, Jenna Ortega didn't mean it that way. She was not trying to be, disrespectful to Nev Campbell or Sydney, and and she also Jenna Ortega is not trying to say that all a Scream film is just blood and gore and action and whatever. Like she's not trying to say that that's all Scream's about either. She's just saying that that's what is going to be a part of for Scream Six. And I don't necessarily see how that's a bad thing because I mean, at the end of the day, yes, Scream is as a franchise, it's always been about the characters and the story and whatnot. And I agree that that's what the Scream franchise has always been about. But we can't act like there's never been gore or blood and brutal kills in this franchise. Like we can't act like that's never been a part of this franchise. Like that's not also you know ingrained into this franchise. That's something that's a part of it. So anyone who thinks that my bad guys, my freaking AirPod was just acting up right now. Anyways, yeah, like the the kills and brutality, gore, chase scenes, you know, just any type of like that kind of stuff that's always been a part of the Scream franchise. Um, you know, like yes, it is the characters, yes, it is the story, but there's the kills and gore has also been a part of this franchise. And if they're gonna up the gore and brutality and kills in general, I don't mind that. I honestly would want some more brutal kills, some more gory kills. I mean, like at the end of the day, it's a slasher franchise. It's a horror film. I honestly would like to see Scream get a little more creative with kills and stuff like that. I don't see what's the problem with that really. Um, but like, yeah, I think this is honestly exciting news to hear. That Scream Six is going to be more brutal. It's going to be more gory. More action packed. Which that could be taken into any context. Like that could be you know, when you say action packed, like Jenna Ortega said, like that can be taken in any way. Like it could be, could that mean like more chase scenes? Could that mean more like, just like there's just a whole bunch of like, just, killing going on? Or, is it, just like, it could be taken in any way. Like when you say action, action packed. That a film is going to be action packed. That's there's going to be a lot of action in it. That can be taken in any way. So I mean, I think either way, I just think it's exciting news to hear. For Scream Six, like I, like yes, I do want a good, I do want good characters. I hope and a decent story to be told for Scream Six, and for this trilogy, because I'm assuming there's going to be a Scream Seven. Um, of course, I want that stuff. Of course, I want plot, character, and story. But there's along with that there could be good kills as well. There's and just that kind of stuff. Gore and all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, so yeah, I honestly think this is exciting news. But I just wanted to comment on some, just this Jenna Ortega interview. But there's also been rumors about because yesterday, I'm not sure if this rumor started from Tristan on Twitter. I've mentioned him before on my channel, but he on Twitter, he like I'm not sure if he's the one that started this rumor, but he I think it was either him or someone else, but I remember seeing him say on Twitter that like he was bringing up this Jenna Ortega interview, and he was talking about how Jenna Ortega had said she was as she was talking about her character, she had referred to her character as, she had said that her character was strong, and because she said was as in past tense, people were like, some fans were like, oh, like, does this mean Tara's gonna die because she said was, so that does that mean that she was strong, but she's not a strong character anymore because she's dead? Like, what's going on? And but it just he I think it was I honestly I do think it was Tristan on Twitter that started that rumor, but then I saw a whole bunch of YouTubers like Craven, Something Scary, Faith Decided, whole bunch of other YouTubers as well. Um, but like this rumor started going everywhere now, like, oh, like what if Tara dies in Scream 6 because in this interview she referred to her character as was, as was strong. She said her character was strong as in past tense. So does this mean she's gonna die and whatnot? Honestly, here's the thing. I honestly, because I feel like, when it comes to Tara's character in general, is it possible that she dies? Yes, it is possible. I mean, it's a slasher film, it's a horror film. It like as Randy said, there's anyone can die, and no, I forgot what he said. I think it was in the third film in the trilogy, in the Scream 3. He had said in the trilogy anyone can die, including the main character. Um, But I mean, I feel like that applies in general to any entry of a franchise. Like, literally anyone can die. It's a slasher franchise, it's a horror franchise. Anyone can die. So, yes, it is possible she could die, but at the same time, I feel like the reasons why some fans are trying to say it's possible she's dying, it just doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't really add up because I feel like it almost sounds like yes, it is a theory and a rumor. I mean, it is just theories and speculation. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like some fans are kind of like reaching here because she could have just meant, when she said, when Jenna Ortega referred to Tara's character and she said her character was strong, she could have just meant that, she could have just meant that her character, was like her character in Scream 5 was strong. And but now she's you know like like she could have meant that her character was strong in Scream 5, and either that or she could have meant was strong in Scream 6. And she's probably just like she probably went through so much and now she's just not as strong anymore because of everything going on around her. Either that or it was just, a mistake. She probably meant to say, my character is strong or um, will be strong, whatever. Like she probably didn't mean to say was strong. At the end of the day, I feel like some fans are reaching, like, they're trying to say she's gonna die just because of, that. I feel like, I don't know. Like, yes, it's possible she could die, but I feel like it sounds like a big reach to me, in my opinion. So, like, I don't know. Like, just because she said her character was strong doesn't, as in referring to as past tense, doesn't mean that her character's gonna die. You know, she could have just said the wrong word in the moment, and she just didn't realize. Like, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I feel like some fans are reaching just, and some fans genuinely get upset when it comes to theories like this. Like, when they hear theories like this on the internet, they like run with it as if it's a fact, and then they get upset, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like I can't believe they're gonna do this," or like, bro, it's literally a theory, like it's not real. We don't know for sure. Like, why? Like as soon as like some, I literally see it all the time. Like some fans will see something on the internet and then they'll comment under the post saying like, "Oh my gosh, I swear if they do this in Scream Six, I'm gonna be so mad." Like, bro, it's just a theory though that the person posted. Like, they're not stating that this is actually gonna happen. As a fact. Like they're just giving a theory. Like some fans, they just they literally take a theory. They see theories on the internet and they take it as a fact and just they genuinely get upset and it just like to me it doesn't really make sense. But I mean whatever. But yeah, can Tara's character die? Yes, it's possible, but you know this doesn't really prove that she's gonna die. At least for me personally, I don't really think it does. So yeah, but we have this picture as well that surfaced on the internet as well of Tyler and Matt, the director, and Kevin Williamson and Heather. I can't freaking say her last name. Heather Linker. I can't say her last name. But she played Nancy in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. The original and what's it called? Dream Warriors. She played Nancy. Obviously, she's an iconic final girl. Everyone knows her. But the actress Heather was here, is here in this picture. Celebrating with the directors of Scream Six and Kevin Williamson and um, a whole bunch of other, um, I don't know, I guess like other actors or whatever that are here as well. So, they're all here celebrating, cutting a ghost face cake, right there. Um, and, a lot of fans were wondering, like, why is the actress that plays Nancy Heather, like, why is she here? Like, is she gonna play like a cameo for Scream Six? Like, is she gonna be a part of it? Um, like that was kind of a theory that was surfacing on the internet today, and honestly, I was thinking that to myself. I was like, that is a little strange for her to be there, but at the same time, she could have just gotten invited. She could have just got invited, and like the Matt and Tyler and Kevin Williamson could have just invited her there, and that it could just be that, but who knows? Like she maybe um Heather, she could be in Scream Six, and she could play like a cameo or something. I felt like that would honestly be cool. If that is true, I'm not saying this is true, by the way. Like I said, you know, anything I say that isn't confirmed at all, do not take anything I say serious. I'm just saying, like as like just a rumor theory. Like, just imagine if she was in Scream Six and she did play as a cameo. And I don't know why I thought this in my head. Like, what if? Because like let's just say she is in Scream Six, right? And she has a cameo, and her cameo is her playing a character named Nancy. Um, and you know how a couple months ago we got these pictures of Scream Six, and one of the pictures had like it showed like a missing poster of a cat named Freddy, and it said like missing cat named Freddy. Call Nancy at whatever number it said if you find this cat. And like, what if they do some like meta joke where they have the actress who played Nancy, who in Nightmare on Elm Street, and they have her play a cameo in Scream Six, and her character is named Nancy, and she's trying to find her missing cat Freddy, and she's just going around like, oh, like have you seen my cat named Freddy? I feel like that would be a funny, clever meta joke to if they did that, but you know, just imagine, bro. I feel like that would just be funny, but um, I'm not saying this is true, but it would just be funny if it was true. But anyways, That's really all I had to talk about though with this Scream Six news. There hasn't, like I said, there hasn't been Scream Six news in so long now. So, I mean, until we get actual news, then then I'll make videos on that. But I mean, I haven't made a Scream Six video in like what, a month now, I think, just because there hasn't been news at all. And even the video I made last month about Scream Six, it was literally just theories as well. So, because like I said, ever since they stopped filming Scream Six, I knew that there wouldn't be any more news about Scream Six or updates, and that's exactly what happened. So, I mean, at this point, we're just waiting to get actual news, to cover. But I mean, either way, I'm excited for Scream Six. Let me know what you guys think about everything I said in this video. Like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I would really appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.